Hello, a very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss a bar chart. In this bar chart, we are going to see the preferred leisure activities of Australian children. So we have the participation of Australian children in selected leisure activities, and that's calculated in percentages. Now we do have in the horizontal axis the types of leisure activities. And in the vertical axis, we do have the percentage of participation. Now, participation is divided to genders. Boys age 5 to 14 and girls age 5 to 14. So these are the two groups. The blue represents boys and the red represents the girls. So let us go ahead and see in detail. What you can see in the chart is that the highest level of participation was there in this particular sector, that is watching TV or videos. That almost all the boys and girls of this age watch TV or videos. And the second thing that you can see here is electronic or computer games. That's another thing here. So the highest level of participation is watching TV or videos. The second most preferred activity by these boys and girls is electronic or computer games, playing electronic games or computer games. And the third is bike riding. So it's in order 1, 2, 3. So what you can see, the visual, the participation in the visual things, watching TV, videos, electronic and computer games. So we do have that physical activity less here. So more children are participating in this particular activities, leisure activities, where physical exertion is the least. Again, when we go with the bike riding too, you can see the participation level. The difference between the participation between the boys and girls is almost the same in electronic games and bike riding. But when you go with the skateboarding or roller blading, you can see more boys participate than the participation of girls. More boys are participating there in skateboarding or roller blading. And you can see an exception at the last. You can see this exception, that's the participation in arts and crafts. In art and craft, what you can see that the participation percentage of girls is more than the boys. So now let's go ahead and frame these things, because this is simple graph. It's very easy to compare. But before we go ahead, and we need to see what type of chart it is. Is it a static chart or moving chart? And what do you mean by static chart or moving chart? Well, static chart in the sense we don't have two time frames there. In a static chart, we have no time frames or a single time frame. Because when you don't have two time frames, we don't need to compare the years. We cannot write the changes there, like increase or decrease or fluctuated, all these things. So, excuse me. In a static chart, you are not going to use the vocabulary, I mean, increase, decrease, or fluctuate, or something like that. So no change words will be there. But in a movement chart, and what do you mean by movement chart? A movement chart is a chart where you have a comparison between the years or 2 time frames or 2 months or something like that. There I have to use increase, decrease, rise, fell, all these things. Here, we don't have a time frame. We can say that participation in leisure time activities, and it is about the Australia. It's a common thing. So I have to present it in simple present tense. The tense that we are going to use here is simple present tense. This is a static chart. I don't have a time frame here. So you have to present this as it is, you have to present. So you can say the participation percentage of boys and girls in watching TV is full, complete. When you see the difference, you can see the skateboarding or rollerblading. The participation percentage of boys is more than girls. I cannot say the participation percentage of boys increased or decreased, because this is not a movement chart. We don't have 2 time frames. As far as we don't have 2 time frames, it becomes a static chart. When we look, we don't have a time frame. So we have presented in simple present tense. We have to say it in simple present tense. Now, students may have confusion how it is a simple present tense, why the word preferred is used here. This preferred is it's the V3 form, is prefer, preferred, and preferred. So this is V1, V2, and this is V3. So it is used. Information which is collected every week. It doesn't mean that is collected, it's past tense. Information collected every week is sent to the library. Language spoken by the university students should be Spanish. We are using simple present tense there. We didn't use it is spoken there. It is eaten, spoken, written. So that's V3. That's the V3 here that we have used. It's not the past tense. So I have got 2-3 queries from my candidates that it is simple past tense, because we have the past tense of prefer here. It's preferred. Yes, I told, of course, past tense of prefer is preferred, but here it is not that preferred. Here it is this preferred. That's V3 preferred. Now let's go ahead and see the presentation here. We do have a candidate's presentation, a very good presentation. Data regarding the leisure activities which are preferred by Australian children by both boys and girls aged between 5 and 14 is illustrated in the given bar chart. Okay, so data regarding the leisure activities. Okay, sorry, leisure activities preferred by Australian children. We do have a punctuation there. Both boys and girls aged between 5 and 14 is illustrated in the given bar chart. Okay. In general, the participation percentage is higher among the boys. Oh, the participation percentage of boys is higher and the most preferred leisure activities is watching TV or videos. Okay, in general, what you can see, the participation percentage of boys is higher. So participation percentage of boys is higher in skateboarding, bike riding, watching TV or videos. It's equal. Electronic or computer games, it's still more. Only in case of art and craft, it is less than the girls. So what you can see in general, boys participation is more than girls participation. As the chart represents, all the boys and girls in this age group prefer to watch TV or videos. Good. The next most preferred leisure time activity is playing electronic or computer games. That's good. When 60% of girls are involved in it, the participation percentage of boys is 20 more. Very good. Almost the same difference is seen in the participation of bike riding. Okay. However, the rates fall under 60 and 80 respectively. So respectively, in the sense, in the previous sentence, we have mentioned girls first and boys second. So respectively is there. To be more clear, I have to say it's fall under 60 and 80 respectively for girls and boys. Okay. Now, the least participation in both genders is in skateboarding or rollerblading. And this ranges between 20 and 40. So skateboarding or rollerblading. Okay. However, it still attracts 35% of boys and 25% of girls. The only exemption is in the case of participation percentage of art and craft. Don't need capital letters there. In which girls dominate boys. In this approximately 60% of girls participate. In contrast to almost half the participation of boys. In contrast to it's not half actually. In contrast to around 37%, almost 37% of boys participation. So we can say a lot of participation here. I can go with other vocabulary like involvement or engaged in or their preferred. So we can change. So we have a lot of participation from the very beginning. We have participation. So in that, we have to go with some other vocabulary. So engaged in, they prefer to get engaged in, they were involved in, they played. So I can change those things here and make it better. So when you edit it, please do that and then go ahead and submit. Thank you.